Well, that's not very helpful.
For Dark Hero 6.2, and then I saw this anime thing. I was like, that's
someone swooped that up under me. It's like the only thing we don't have is Dark Hero 6.2. That's the option for him.
You game?
Yep.
Campfires or islands, especially if someone's living on one. That's great.
Yeah. If I need to make sure the sound's going through the chat.
Okay. Spiky hair and all. Dreadfully inconvenient for everyone, but it opened a vast black ocean to you. Welcome to the Untersee. Why were you using bastardized German? Decide who you are.
Called English.
Fair enough. You are where you're supposed to be. Action. Okay, so I can choose my pass now, or I can just go with it. Right?
I just
Oh,
noticed
so
we
we
have
have
our whole crew is up there. There is a bit of transparency to our camera feed, but it's not that great. Stop moving or forward or just get closer in. Because you were literally half face out.
Okay, now lodge in a room above the blind helmsman.
So the first part is deciding what kind of character you want.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is Fallen London. I don't know. I've told you about it, but I don't know how much I told you.
It's been a while. Like, it's probably been a year and a half.
So
I don't
the
remember.
concept is that London fell into a great chasm into this underground cavern, and it no longer sees the sky. And so this is
I'm definitely going with the
Fallen
ordained
London.
priest.
And so you get to decide, kind of almost like a role-playing game, what your character is and what their goals are, and then you have to go out and set sail and try and succeed at those.
Okay. So, ordained priest, you fell from grace. There is nothing left ashore for you. An anonymous benefactor has found this way out for you. Perhaps at Z you can overcome your appetites. Okay, that made me laugh because Z is also a they're using it to mean C, but when I first saw it, I thought gender neutral pronoun. Maybe. Yeah, I'm still gonna go with ordained priest.
Even with this shitty as they are.
Can I change it?
No, I think it's
Too late already?
Yeah, maybe.
One click and it's already permanent? Okay. Oh well.
Because you're technically a fallen priest.
Yeah, well, yes.
Now you're a sea captain.
You know an engineer who doesn't have much time left. She'd like to die at sea. Talk to her to find out if she'd like to die anywhere in particular.
Gain 10 echo, 25 hearts, 1 gall-eyed engineer, and someone is looking for passage.
Okay.
So why are you going out to sea?
Oh, I can't choose Private Kingdom?
No, you need to...
Is that New Game Plus?
You're going to die.
Right, that's what I remember. I guess it's not as much New Game Plus as that this is a roguelike game and that's different, right?
I wouldn't say it's even roguelike.
But I remember you telling me that...
You can pass things on to your children, and they can continue playing.
Yeah. So basically, you can start a new game, and it is affected by how you played your last game. Or, like, what you had when you died, and etc.
Yeah, so... kind of.
Okay.
So why are you going
Well.
out? Well.
The Untersee is full of riches. Death and darkness, too, but it's worth the gamble. To win, gather a substantial retirement fund. Upgrade your lodgings to a mansion and retire. Last scrap of paper. Captain, an irregularity with the harbor master's office. They wish to know what term of address do you prefer ashore. Okay. Oh, okay, so I'm choosing my title, but gender is separate. Interesting. Well, definitely not my lady. Nothing irks me more than being called a lady.
Well, then how about captain or citizen?
Citizen resort too. Kind of tempted to go with madam. Yeah, captain. Perfectly well at sea as well as shore. A last piece of advice. Explore, take chances. This captain will probably die. The Z is hungry. But each captain passes on lessons to the next.
You can't just say it's sea.
Nah.
As far as I know, most people do say undersea. So now you
Well,
have
they
to...
spell it differently in the name of the game, Sunless Sea, than they do in the inside the game. Interesting. Oh, choose a name. Oh gosh, now this is too many choices.
Just go with something. It could be a mummy.
I am supposed to be a fallen priest. I do like the way that looks for a fallen priest. Oh, the mummy, yeah. Is he supposed to be?
I don't know.
Okay. I like. Remember that. She has a name. All I can think of is Baba Ganoush.
That is not a name. That is a food.
So, one of the podcasts I listened to, I recently became a donor, so I got to listen to their extra content, and one of their extra contents is an episode of all the stuff they cut. And there's a whole section in there of one of the characters. These two people do interviews and stuff. It's oh no, Ross and Carrie, if anyone cares. So they do a lot of interviews, and so they give people pseudonyms so that they're not using their real names pretty frequently. So there's a whole bit about what are they going to call somebody, and Ross has, I don't know what Ross wanted to call them, but Carrie really wants to call them Baba Ganoush. He kind of agreed with you that Baba Ganoush is not a name.
It is not a name.
I thought it sounded good.
It
It
is
sounded
a
better
food.
than what he suggested. I don't remember what that was, but it is a
At
food. He
least
didn't even know
go
it was
with
a food.
a name like that. And go with at least Baba Yaga. That would be so much better.
I like that. How do you spell Yaga? Is it AGA?
I don't think you have any of it spelled right.
I have Baba spelled right. Excuse you. Unless there's 3 B's in Baba. I have that.
Pretty sure it's 3 B's.
Well, that's a minor misspelling. Most people say Baba Yaga instead of Baba Yaga, so I think I have it right. And I'm still not sure which way I should be.
You might, and I might just be
pronouncing
thinking of how it's technically spelled in
Russian?
Russian.
Well, Russian has characters that English does not, so I'm gonna go with how I spelled it, so we can move on.
Okay. That'll work. It does look like it. You spelled it right. B-A-B-A-Y-A-G-A.
Okay, so now I'm choosing where in London I go. Is that right? Much lamented end.
No, this is no longer, like, just choices. This is...
Playing, right? So this is...
Yeah.
Because I know that it's basically a point and click, except not with what point and click conveys. What is... Okay, so...
So you can go try and get advice. You can go to London and explore the city. You can return to your lodgings, or you can go check with the passenger.
I'm gonna check with the passenger.
There's an unsettled salvager to vendor light.
Visits wolf staff every day and sea-stained rags waiting for passage. Why not? I have nothing to lose, right? I'd kiss you, but my beloved is prone to jealousy. Oh boy. We were parted, but the ancient captains at Vinderblight will know where she is.
So that's your next destination, is to get to
Sure.
Vinderblight.
Okay.
Go get
Let's get some
advice. The last thing you want to do is lodgings, usually.
Okay. So this is a book I can read. How about exploration? Risk brings reward. Staying close to London is safe, but eventually you'll run out of fuel and supplies. Exploring and playing port stories will allow you to find secrets and echoes. Okay, so that's how you upgrade shit. Stuff. Excuse me. On machines. Prow lamp dispels darkness, reduces terror. Reduces terror increase. Allows you to find Z marks. Your engines, of course, steer the ship forward into night.
They both use fuel, which is kind of the
More powerful engines use more fuel, but all lamps use fuel at the same rate. Okay. Fighting. Okay, so glow increases. Wait until it's very bright to fire. And that increases accuracy. Okay. Alright. Sure, we'll figure it out. So what can we find in London? Alright. I guess I have nothing, no information. Oh.
so you can kind of request what kind of information they want.
Like a job board.
Yeah. You can see what they need and then go out and try and specifically get it.
Okay, yeah. So if I randomly run into things, I can turn them in, like request, or I can specifically find a posting on the job board and do that. Okay. This port. Visit the port below and return to London. From Gator's Mourn in the Corsair's Forest, somewhere not far from home waters. Okay. London. Again. I could hire more crew. I could get another passenger. Vinderbite is where I'm already going, right?
Yeah, Venderbite is here.
So I might as well take another passenger on who's going to the same place.
So this is a tomb colonist. It's oddly difficult to die and fall in London, but when a Londoner is too tatty and wretched to live, they wrap themselves in bandages and take ship for the tomb colonies. Your crew cart these ones aboard in padded coffins. They'll sleep there until the journey is done.
Okay. And then I sell them. Fantastic. That's great.
Well, these are people who just really want to die.
Yeah.
From what I figured out, some of them are like rotting and they'll like lose limbs and stuff, and that's why they wrap themselves up so that they don't fall apart.
Oh, I can't go to the university. That was the other place I was thinking of going. So far the only crew I have is the engineer.
Yeah.
Ew. Eyes will hatch. That's disturbing.
This game is not pretty. You also have a what's that? Yeah, mascot.
Oh.
Comatose ferret.
Alrighty. I got 2 new crew members.
Yeah.
I don't get to pick. That's alright. So I lost. Is Echo money?
Echo is money. Yeah.
Okay.
Echo is basically the closest thing to money. So you having your high hearts allowed you to
Get 2 instead of 1.
successfully. Yeah. The Tall Tales find a ready audience, scared and seasoned men and women tramp aboard and find places to sling hammocks. Scarred. I can't read, apparently. There were 2 R's there. It's not my fault. So you can't really go there.
Alright, so that's pretty much all there's worth doing. lodgings, I guess.
Read the morning papers. Read your...
Echo Bazaar, that enigmatic marketplace, has increased its tax on love stories. The traitor empress has forbidden singing in the street outside her palace. I feel ya. Yep. The anarchists of the Calendar Council have inexplicably dynamited a drinking fountain. The Ministry of Public Decency has located and destroyed a nest of gallbladder wasps. Okay.
So, something else that's useful, you gained news.
Yeah.
Recent news, which you can kind of sell off in other places.
Okay, and everything else is locked. So, okay, because I can't retire because I haven't reached whatever. I don't have enough money to buy a better home.
Right. So, you can look at the other things like the story hall, journal officer's shop, and shipyard. By the way, you do actually have 10 crew. That's that 10 out of 10 below your image. Your officers are unblacked.
Oh! Okay, gotcha. Alrighty, so I guess I'm done in the shipyard, right? How do I go?
Okay. So you can hit the X.
Oh, there's an X!
Also, you were clicking through so fast they weren't loading. Because this is what your shipyard looks like.
Okay.
So you have a deck gun, you have engines. So you can hit X.
Okay, it says launch E, so there. Okay, now it's WASD.
So now, here's the tutorial on the left corners, you can see.
Tutorials!
So settings say out. Click the launch button, delete port, that was E. Use the WSAD keys to move. Tap W twice to reach max speed. So up at the top is your speed.
Oh.
W will, and then of course you can change. ADs are for turning.
So is purple my fuel consumption rate? Or is it the amount of fuel I
You
have?
have 90 barrels. Now,
I did need to go
I think E is to select that. I can't remember. Down here, it's C. So you select that. It reloads. Pops back. Lock.
So there's nothing I can do here where it says low mark. Okay.
And so anytime you see a little light like that, it's a dock. So there's ports, circle lines, ports.
So now what do I do now?
Well, just run down to the
Okay.
port.
Docking. Dock button, which is also me. Aha!
So this is that's
Blue
most
lightnings crawl leisurely up the funnel. St. Erasmus dancing the friends. Erasmus. Fed the crew.
So hunters keep a hump of dark rocks swathed in mist like 100 other intersea islands. But here's a grand house. Windows aglow, lawns and possibly green and lush in the false starlight. Raked gravel paths. You stand on the dock as the sea nudges the ship's sides. An unexpectedly warm breeze carries the faintest trace of lavender. So you can present yourself at the house, walk in the gardens, or
Waiter. Just present
take
myself at the
reconnaissance
house.
on it. Okay, you knock and enter. A maid with smoldering topaz eyes shows you into the parlor, where 3 young women sit. A visitor, the youngest cries. The next youngest chuckles. The eldest sighs. Do excuse the indecorum, she says. Visitors are rare. You are very welcome. I am Cynthia. The noisy one is Phoebe. The cheerful one is Lucy. You are in good time for lunch. Will you join us? So you are now acquainted with the Sisters of Hunter's Keep.
So what is this? A story. Next time you make a report. Okay. So I have to choose which sister I'm going to have lunch with.
Yes.
So it looks like I lost the chance to walk through the garden,
Yes.
but I do still have the opportunity to walk around the island. I would think that that's going to stay then. So I will have lunch with middle sister.
Lucy, the middle sister, is sunny, restless, prone to giggles. A daft tale, Lucy leans over and whispers to you confidently. A complex...
Confidentially. Perhaps also confidently.
Alright, whatever. A complex story about a butler, a pig, and an inheritance. You don't follow all the details of the plot, but somehow the pig ends up in the attic and the butler in a vicar's bed.
Vicar's bed. Candles flicker, dishes enter and leave, and the window butts gently at the window panes. By the time the pled pudding arrives, you're as cheerful as you've been in months. That's all for now.
So you gained 1 supplies, you lost 5 hunger, and you now have the god of the sea stone's attention.
That doesn't seem like a good thing. I'm gonna walk around the island now. Ships rarely come here. Nothing changes, even weather. The house is the heart of the isle, the house and the sisters. But the Admiralty may be happy to know that nothing's changed, at least.
So you can report that to the Admiralty.
Alright.
So perhaps not.
Don't have recent news anymore. Okay.
Yeah, you took too long to get out here, so the news was no longer recent by the time you arrived.
Okay. That wasn't very long. But being watched.
You can hit perhaps not. Probably shouldn't just keep talking to him.
But I only talked to one. How about the youngest sister? Phoebe has a story to tell of 2 lovers parted by water, of a raven that carried messages, of a fragment of the moon. She beats time on the table as she speaks, as if to a song only she can hear. The effect is hypnotic. Your attention drifts out through the skylight of the dining room to the false stars glittering in the roof of the cavern. You drift like a puffball spore. The Untersee shimmers below. Islands lie like mineral specimens on, black velvet. Ships bob like wood chips between the islands. Vast spined things pulse in the depths. There is a scent like the scent before a storm. The storm came, says Phoebe quietly. Everything changed. Somewhere in there you finished the last course. The scowling maid reluctantly serves cheese and Bath Oliver biscuits. Alrighty.
I was wrong. You actually spent your last news to get this.
That's what I... Okay. So we've done here.
And it's kind enough to turn you around.
Yeah, I see. That's a good use of my...
Full speed uses more fuel,
Yeah.
but it saves you a little bit of time.
Well...
You can
So
also
we don't have
turn
enough-
off your light. Oh, you just started talking.
I did?
Yes.
What?
That's what.
How do I...
Well, now there's also so you have to use the controls too.
do the mouse.
And you're done now.
Oh, crap. So there's nothing I can do except run away. returning to London. Collect messages from the Harbor Master.
So yeah, if someone wants to sign on,
But I can't take on the
I don't know if you can or not. I'm not sure if you have 10 crew and that's including yourself, captain, or if you have 10 crew besides yourself. Like your officers are counted.
Special service. Very fine evening to you, Captain. What you might call mentor is very fond of adventurous sea captains, and he would like to offer you what you might call a dispensation on account of he is so fond of sea captains. Behind the blind bruiser on the dock stands a dray piled high with fuel supplies. So, how do I find out how much space I have in my hold?
Your hold button.
Hold capacity? This?
No, the one that says hold up above.
That one!
Yeah.
Sorry. I have not yet familiarized myself very well with this HUD, apparently.
Okay.
So this is...
Those are weapon
Weapons
slots.
slots.
Cargo, 12 of 40.
Gotcha. Thanks. And then that's the Tomb Colonist.
Shipyard allows you to,
So, like, okay. Is there a catch? He runs a very fine and very liberal establishment just across the river, what is much patronized by sailors and men of wit and vinegar. A public house. There's no obligation to speak of my patron. Would hope only that you might remember him kindly, and I suppose that if the opportunity should arise for you to return his kindness, then I do not imagine he would refuse your offer. So I'd owe him a debt. I'll do it.
okay, 10 fuel, 5 supplies,
Okay.
and 1 suspicion.
Is that me? I'm suspicious of something. Or other people are going to be more suspicious of me. Okay. Sure. Let's go to London and go to the Admiralty. They don't want anything I have.
No, they'll take
Oh,
the information about the Hunter's Keep.
Just keep.
You gain 5 echo and 1 favor.
And some fuel. Okay, I can't speak to someone higher, so I'm done. Okay, then okay. Sell stuff.
You,
Rose Market caters to collectors and eccentrics.
you've done very little of acquiring.
Escort some interested acquaintances to the Rose Market. They hope to make a satisfying trade. Oh. Haven't done anything. Okay, how do I fix my ship?
Go to the...
Shipyard?
I believe so.
So I could just trade up for a new ship, I guess? I
Okay.
don't have enough for that. Where's my...
You have 35. 35.
Thank you. Okay.
Let's see. Chart. Gazetteer. Main menu. Let's pause.
So the chart will show me how to get to Wilderblight, right?
Nope.
All
But
right.
it does show you where you are.
Cool. I want to fix my gun though.
I swore it was
The shops maybe?
no, I swore it was at the shipyard. Maybe. Okay, no, your hole is still at 51 out of 75.
The shops. Naval surplus?
You can click on it, but
So,
that's more like buy new guns to put on your thing. I think it's in the shipyard.
this looks like I should buy entirely new ships.
Yeah,
And I can't
swore
afford
there
that.
was a repair button on it though.
Buy new guns.
Well, that's not going to repair your ship. On top of the fact that you can't afford one. Maybe you can sell your gun.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Story. Hit story and see if one of these the. Okay. No. That's not it either. You know, you could have read the advice for captains to figure out all of this stuff.
But you know how to play already.
I haven't played this in years. That's not gonna help.
When you put into port, you can generally explore and exhaust the story options until your next visit. If you have the something awaits you quality when at sea, you know that more story is waiting for you when you make port.
How about the combat? Was there one there? And I'll double check.
No. So, okay. Where is it showing me the condition of my boat?
This up in the top left. It says hull.
Okay. Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, it's there. You can choose an option and put it in the dry dock.
Oh, I have to put it in the dry dock to make repairs. That's okay.
So now when you go up, you're going to... That opens that Z syntax even. This coordinates. You can do most of it with multiples.
What is that?
It's your terror.
Okay.
And of course, you don't need to.
Makes it not possible.
That's a ship. In fact, it's probably a ship to show. And it doesn't want it. Gun stick. Oh, wait. Nope, he's actually gonna take you on.
So, how do I shoot?
You need to face it. Tell that thing on the bottom. It's gonna, then you click on the button at the bottom. See how it's running. Shoot her, and you can wait till it's full so that you're protected. Goes up when he's in red. Right, she is trying. You can hit E to close that. Because he is very much following you in his range.
Can't
Okay,
run
now
away.
you can hit it. He's chasing. But there is another port here, so you can
curator stands somberly by the rail. Salt sent me a dream, she insists. You must find my father. Salt tells me that you'll find my father in the belly of a monstrous eel. Gods never lie. Gods never lie? That seems optimistic. If she's right, she'll reward you for her father's return. Open a monstrous eel.
On deck, you can hear the sound that 1,000 bandaged dead make as they shuffle and cough, something like the world's most restless concert audience, or the world's most playground cathedral.
So I can find ancient captains to speak to. Visit the first curator. Obsequious? Steward cautioned you. The curator is terribly afraid of moths. He opens the door and you step into near darkness. A pair of luminous lamplighter bees buzz in a latticed ivory tube. There is no other source of light. A bandaged shape no larger than a child lies crumpled on a couch. It lifts its head with obvious effort. It takes several seconds for you to distinguish its voice from the soft buzz of the bees. Listen to a whispered request. Ask about the Grand Sanatorium. Accept commission. Or leave. I can listen to the request.
Sea Captain, silk skin, not much left of me. I will go into the Grand Sanatorium. Bring me colors, 7 colors. Pay well. 7 colors are Cosmogon, Ergo, Pelican. Steward has the list. Find them here and there across the wide Black Sea.
Okay, colors. Ask about the Grand Sanatorium. A long, low chuckling. Oh, Silkskin, you don't want to know. The chuckling becomes a cough. We don't die here below, not unless we go to Z, so we needed something else, somewhere to end. Alright. Ask. Accept commission. No more words. It collapses, wrestling back onto the couch. Even the effort of speaking seems to have diminished it a little. The audience is over. As the door opens, it shrinks from the finger of light that reaches across the floor. Outside, the obsequious steward nods. The book? Yes, the book. He hands you a slim, illustrated volume. The curator is old as dust. We will all be grateful if you do it this one last favor. Okay, those are the weirdest color names. Violent, Lyric, Pelican, Irrigo. I guess we'll see. How about unsettled salvage? Find ancient captains. Terrible bad luck. An assortment of decrepit Z captains gather around her, compelled by tradition, honor, or boredom. She picks her nails and closes her eyes when at last she speaks. I want to find Lady Black. The captains that can run do. The rest shuffle away as quickly as they're able. Only one remains behind. How long were you down there? He asks. 20 minutes, she replies. The captain puts his hand on her shoulder. Seek the House of the Keel and Polith Threem, he says. But if you can forget her, do. It's possible. He embraces her and departs. Alright, so I guess that's a new location we're trying to go to? Polith Threem? Polyurethane?
No.
Looks like polyurethane to me. Look at the gossip. Who's plotting what out in the tomb colonies? Along the coast of the Undersea, it's remarkably hard to die. Okay, they told us that before, but they don't give up their ties to home or their politics. You gather a haul of complex clues, enough to keep your contacts in London interested. Sorry. Report. Alright. I think I'm done.
Okay. So you can check shops and stuff.
Okay, shops, sure.
Okay, so click on the different shops, and it'll change what they have. And you can sell the memory of Distant Shore to this Hollow Temple for 12.
Sure, okay.
And so
I already got sold
Yeah.
in. Okay.
that was pretty much automatic. So some
Like
of the
buy
shops
or
will have the
sell
things the colors you promised to acquire.
Gotcha. So I think I'm okay on supplies.
Yeah, but your ship's back to sinking.
Alright. So where do I go? Dried up.
I'll double check.
I think I have to do that in London.
Wow. Okay. You can go back to London since you do have something to do with it.
Except I'm gonna have to go past that guy, the ship that was attacking me.
Well, launch. And, yeah. And you don't have the stuff to repair your ship while sailing.
Okay, so I see the other boat. I don't think he sees me. I'm behind him. Right.
Okay, so part of it there might be a different dock in London.
A fallen stone. Now and then rocky fragments fall from the roof beneath. The decks of older ships are pocked with scars. The sound is one no landlubber knows, and no sailor will ever forget. This one has smashed the glass of a deck binnacle. Deck binnacle? Ill omen, one sailor cries. The god in the roof. Storm is angry. Okay, so make a sacrifice or do nothing. Storm is the noisiest, angriest, and least reasonable of the Z-gods. Better not take chances. I mean, I guess I would do that.
Okay, so you've lost one supply.
Yeah. A simple rite. Your sailors know the words. You mumble them. A gift of wine and fish is suitable, marked with captain's blood. Ow. Bound with copper wire and cast overboard from the bow. The package bobs for a moment and then is sucked beneath the ship. So I know something of the gods. I've gained Storm's attention, and I've lost some terror. Oh, there's two ships over there now. Fantastic.
Okay, so it is a different spot at in London.
What do you mean?
Well,
Maybe I can do something.
keep on the range and then shoot them. You can also back your ship up. It's very
So I can gather the dead ones, or I can dispose of them.
Yes.
I guess I'll gather them. Gain supplies and gain terror. Alright. So I'm still trying to avoid that boat. And my ship is nearly destroyed.
No, when there's lights around.
I rammed it. That did one damage.
It's in the London tab. So go to there. Because looking at it, there is like straight up a dry dock there. That's what that ship is. So in the story tab, go to London, and there should be a dry dock.
Boy, I'm being so I don't have any untaxed romantic literature, so if